got gold! Thank you.
Hey, what's up everyone? Paul from Grindhouse, Funhouse. And today's review is for Sisu, a movie straight out of Finland from director Jalmari Helander, whose previous directorial efforts includes 2010's Christmas movie Rare Exports and 2014's Big Game. This time around, it's 1944 and the Second World War is ending. Deep in the wilderness of Lapland, which is the largest and northernmost region of Finland, there is a man, an ex-commando, who decided to leave the war behind him for good. This man is Sisu, and with the help of his trusty dog, digs for gold and sure enough finds a pile of it and makes it that he's probably set for life. All he has to do now is to get it back into town and cash it in. Problem is, there's still Nazis around, which he encounters on his way back home. They don't do anything at first, knowing that he's riding to his death, but that was their first mistake, because the next bunch of Nazis Sisu encounters starts questioning him, found out he's got gold, takes his gold. Sisu manages to escape, which was their second mistake. And for the rest of the movie, it's him trying to do everything in his power to get his gold back. All right, y'all, right up front, I'm gonna tell you that this is my favorite movie of this first half of 2023. It's a tight 90 minutes with all the fat cut out of just brutal, gory, visceral, creative, enjoyable violence against a Nazi squad getting fucked up by one pissed off man that got ripped off, and there's nothing wrong with that. Those Nazis get punched, shot at, blown up, stabbed, get run over by tanks. On the other side of the coin, Sisu goes through all kinds of physical abuse that would kill any man in an instant. He gets shot at, sets himself on fire, gets hung, and yet comes out of it just by patching himself up and goes on his mission of retrieving his gold. He's basically a mix of John Wick and the T-1000. And speaking of John Wick, everything John Wick 4 did in 2 hours and 49 minutes, I got way more pleasure out of Sisu from the mayhem we witnessed on screen in 90 minutes. If you think John Wick being shot at and then falling from the roof of the Continental Hotel onto the pavement and then just get himself right back up like nothing happened is unbelievable, Sisu is like, hold my beer. It's kind of like watching a Fast and Furious movie where reality and logic is out the window and the suspension of disbelief is required, but in a very fun and engaging way. Especially during those last 20 minutes where the action is set on a plane. You just go on the ride with them and enjoy every minute. And through it all, basically 98% of the movie, he doesn't say a word, just a few well-placed grunts, and that's about it. He keeps that 2% for the very end of the movie. He's not immortal, it's just that he won't give up. The actual backstory of the man himself, which we do get a real name, is minimal at best. There's a B story in the movie that involves women in the back of a truck who were kidnapped by the Nazi squad to service them. The outspoken, fearless woman of that group lets those soldiers know who they are up against. And of course, Sisu will help them out of their jam, and the comeuppance those Nazis will receive at the hands of those women is pretty sweet. Revenge will be served in a hail of bullets. As for the performances in the movie, Jorma Tommila, who plays Sisu, has a quiet intensity that fits the role well. I have not seen Rare Exports yet, so this was my first time seeing him in anything, and they couldn't have chosen better. Same with Aksel, Hennie, another Norwegian actor playing the Nazi commander to evil perfection. From the top of the call sheet on down, every role is well cast. Feels like everyone was on the same page. Everything works on all fronts. It's also very beautiful to look at. Here's a shot of a burning village where Sisu takes refuge in. The beautiful tundra landscapes of Lapland, Finland are well captured. They keep the exposition to a minimum. They know and we know what we're here for, and that's for all the gory violence and creative kills inflicted on those Nazi bastards they've come up with, and on that front, it's very satisfying. Much like John Wick, Sisu as a dog companion that, spoiler alert, will remain alive for the entire movie. The easy thing would have been to kill the dog to gain sympathy from the audience, but he's already killing Nazis, so what more do you want, people? So yeah, this is a new modern Grindhouse classic. Stacks up very well next to movies like Hobo with a Shotgun, Machete, Inglourious Basterds, That's No 1 and 2. It has all the elements of what we love in an exploitation movie and just wilding out without restrictions. As you can tell, this is a high recommendation from me. If you're a fan of exploitation movies, as I am and as I'm sure you are, since you're watching me right now, don't hesitate to go. Check it out in a theater near you if you can, which as of the recording of this video, still in some theaters, but you can also rent or purchase it digitally, VOD style. Streaming won't be far off. And if you're able to get Sisu on 4K Ultra HD and Blu-ray from Lionsgate on July 11th, I would urge you to do so. Links to all the ways to watch Sisu will be in the description below. Go visit all my socials at Grindhouse Funhouse. In the comment section below, let me know your thoughts on Sisu. Did you enjoy it more than the latest John Wick movie? I did. More reviews of new movies in theaters, but also it got me thinking that I want to get into reviewing more modern Grindhouse movies from the last 20 years up to today and see how they stack up compared to all the exploitation classics from the 70s and 80s. All that coming up soon, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and I'll say to you, ciao bye for now.